Hey book friends, it's Farah and welcome to another video. So today I'm actually going to show you the books in my TBR shelf. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm planning to put myself in a book buying ban wherein I only buy 1 to 2 books a month tops, because I know I won't be able to stop myself from buying a book, period. So, but then my real goal is to actually finish all of the books in my TBR right here, get them all annotated, and once I do finish all of these, I would not do what I've done in the past wherein I've bought a book and then I don't read it and then I just, forget it and move on to the next book that I'm excited to read about. So I'm going to show you all the books right here, maybe talk about them a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's start with the 2 classics in the TBR shelf, which is Alice in Wonderland and The Little Mermaid. So I got these very beautiful Barnes & Noble editions that I bought from the bargain reader. They're silver sprayed edges right there, and inside, oh, look at that. Oh, yes. The art is wonderful. I think that it won't take me long to read these books because they have illustrations inside, and of course they're fairy tales, so I think it won't be that difficult to go through these 2 books. Okay, these next 2 books I have thrifted, one from Shopee Live and one from Book Sale, and this one is Broken by Shy Keenan. So this is a memoir, and what it says here is the most shocking true story of abuse ever told. So I'm kind of scared to pick this up, but it was only 25 pesos when I bought it, and that's why I bought it. And the other book is this one, Us by David Nicholls. If David Nicholls sounds familiar, he is the author of One Day,
which I have watched the movie of, and I was annoyed.
So I didn't bother reading the book, but maybe I should. But anyway, Us is about this man whose wife is trying to divorce him, and he's trying to get back together with her. I actually looked at the inside. Chapters are pretty short, and it's like 1, 2, 3. So it's like, I feel that I would read this pretty fast. The next 2 books are The Love of My Life by Rosie Walsh and My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. My Dark Vanessa is about this girl who, in the past, she was in a relationship. So she was 17 years old, high school. She was in a relationship with her teacher, who was like a 40-plus-year-old man, which is disgusting. I just realized that I didn't even wear lipstick. Hold on. Do I tell on my teacher or not? That is what this is about. Okay, this other book, The Love of My Life. I think he got this for me because it says The Love of My Life, and he wrote a message for me at the very front, and he said, "Ikaw ang love of my life." It's not a romance story, maybe, because it's about a man who thought he knew his wife, but he didn't. This is what it says in the blurb. "I've held you at night for 10 years and I didn't even know your name. We have a child together, a dog, a house. Who are you?" When the very darkest moments of Emma's past finally emerge, so there's like a secret past, she must prove to Leo that she really is the woman he always thought she was. But first, she must tell him about the other love of her life. Intriguing. It's under contemporary fiction. I'm not sure if it's a romance or if it's like a domestic thriller or whatever. Let's bring up the next 2 books, which are Elevation and Insomnia, both by Stephen King. This one is about a man who keeps on losing weight and he doesn't know why. He's losing weight without getting thinner, and the scales register the same whether he is in his clothes or out of them, no matter how heavy they are. Guessing it's a horror. This one is definitely horror. It's about a man who, not really that he can't sleep. So he can sleep, yes. But he finds it very difficult to stay asleep. Let's say he sleeps at 10 and then he wakes up at 1 a.m. and then he can't go back to sleep. let's say he sleeps again the next night, 10 p.m., and then he wakes up midnight and he can't fall back asleep. Look at this freaky cover. It's like his head is there. So this one is pretty short. Very easy to get through probably. Oh no! Did you see that?
A dog-eared page.
And this one is a monster of a book. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go on to Fantasy Train a little bit.
Okay, so everyone has been talking about Sarah J. Maas for the longest time, and I haven't picked up a single book of hers, even the Thorn of...
Oh, Throne of Glass. Sorry, Throne of Glass series by her. Yeah, so I decided to pick up A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is about a girl who accidentally kills the wrong creature during a time of famine. And she hunts for whatever, like deer she comes across in the forest or whatever. And then she kills something, but then accidentally she killed like this one creature. I'm thinking it's a wolf. Part of a society of wolves that you're not supposed to kill them or else they're gonna kill you. Something like that. They said it's full of spicy stuff. And I have books 2 and 3, so The Great Hunt and The Dragon Reborn. In February, I finished The Eye of the World, which I'll show you. It's a brick, man. It's a huge chunk already. Like here in The Great Hunt, if I manage to read the entire Wheel of Time series, then I can read any epic fantasy out there that I find very intimidating. This is how I annotate it. I just like highlight all the plot points per chapter, so that's why I go through these tabs very quickly. And the reason why I do that is because if I haven't picked it up in a long time, like after a week or 2 weeks, I can just like look quickly over at the tab places so I would know where we are in the story. By the way, I have this one also, Room by Emma Donoghue, which I think was made into a movie. It's about this mom and this kid who live in a room. Basically, it's their prison. You know, someone is keeping them in there. I'm guessing like an abusive father. And it's pretty short. I should be able to get through this really quickly. I have 2 more fantasy books here, and these have been raved so much. These books have very high ratings.
This lighting is making me really sweaty.
I am so sorry. Strange the Dreamer. The premise of this is everyone has dreams. Dreams of becoming a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, an artist, a writer. So there are dreams in this world. But then in our world, we get to choose whatever dream we want. But in this world, it's the dreamer that is being chosen by the dream. This one, I have no idea what it's about, but I have to get to these 2 chunks. 3. You've Reached Them by Dustin Thao. Everybody is talking about this. Book 2, Book Talk. It's basically about this couple and the boy dies and the girl is like very, in grief. And she calls his phone just to hear his voice on voicemail for the last time. And he actually picks up, so that is very strange. Some magical realism stuff going on. So a lot of people cried. I don't know if I will cry. We will see. The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood. So basically, it's a fake dating situation, but it's teacher-student, and that is why I think some people are uncomfortable with it. Basically, it's like a chemistry or science STEM girl, probably, and she had to fake date her professor for some reason. November 9 by Colleen Hoover. So Colleen Hoover is one of my favorite authors. The issue with Colleen Hoover sometimes is I find her a bit cringy, but I hope this one isn't cringy, and a lot of people also love this. And it's pretty short, pretty easy to read. Last 3 books I have are 2 Taylor Jenkins reads. They are After I Do and Maybe in Another Life. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing style. I love her characters. They come to life for me. Ooh, okay, so I just read the back for the first time. What happens if she leaves with Gabby? What happens if she leaves with Ethan? In concurrent storylines, Hannah lives out the effects of each decision. Quickly, these parallel universes develop into surprisingly different stories with far-reaching consequences for Hannah and the people around her. Which raises the question, is anything meant to be? How much in our lives is determined by chance? And perhaps most compellingly, is there such a thing as soulmate?
Oh, this one's good.
Hannah believes there is, and in both worlds, she believes she's found him.
Oh my god!
So it's like in both universes.
Both universes. She has fallen in love with the same guy.
Oh my god, that's so romantic.
Okay, I'm excited to pick this up. Fun. It's about a newly married couple, I think. I don't know how long they've been married. But anyway, they decide to go on their separate ways first because they feel that their love for each other is like maybe dwindling. Let me read the back. This is a love story about what happens when the love fades. After I Do is the story of a couple caught up in an old game and searching for a new road to a happily ever after. Those are the two TJR books that I'm excited to read. Also, I have been wanting to read this. Actually, let me tell you, this is actually the first book I've bought out of all of these books in my TBR. And you know what? I think it's a little life's fault that my TBR became like this. And the reason why it's a little life's fault is because I'm scared to start reading A Little Life. You know, I started like, okay, maybe I read like a page or two. I just can't get myself to actually sit down and finish this book because I am terrified. I don't know what this is about. All I know is it's about 4 boys. One of them is very tortured, hence this face right there in the cover. And yeah, that's all I know. Okay, friends, it has arrived.
Look!
Okay, book friends, the last book in my TBR is Fierce Kingdom by Phillips, which I just recently watched from Haley Hughes, and I found it on Shopee for just $1.99, which is a very good deal considering it's a very good condition hardcover. This story spans actually just 3 hours, so I expect the story to be super fast-paced, and it's about a mother and her son inside a zoo where there are some stuff happening that I'm thinking is like a shooting inside the zoo. You will see the lengths of how far a mom will go to protect her child. So I think this is very relevant for me considering that I have 2 kids, 2 small kids right now. Maybe this will make me cry or something. But yeah, I'm very excited to pick this up. Okay, so those are all the books in my TBR. So that's 21 books. Thank you so much for watching. Come here. Say bye.